Seattle Seahawks 20, Tennessee Titans 17. A lot of back and forth here in the fourth quarter. We know Will Levis was unable to make the start. Ryan Tannehill comes in. Not a great game for Ryan Tannehill. But Seattle, man, in a stretch of 6 games with a lot of drama here. A lot of drama in Seattle. Drew Lock with the game winner on Monday night, and they come back 6 days later. Geno Smith with 2 fourth-quarter comebacks. First, a touchdown to DK Metcalf, and then a touchdown to Colby Parkinson to win it with about a minute left on
just
third
like
and 5.
Straight jump ball.
Which was the Parkinson's used to that. That was the Stanford offense for years. Is you get a whole bunch of 6'7", 6'8" guys, and you throw jump balls to them. You just literally go post up.
Yeah.
Post up. Play power forward.
Who was the failed second round?
Sega Whiteside.
There
JJ.
you go. Yeah.
But I think Parkinson, he may have been right after JJ, but there was a point where those guys were like all recruited. They were all 6'6" plus, and they would just be like, run 4 up.
Well, JJ's legitimately, I've never seen a red, like he didn't run routes in the red zone. He literally just posted up in the end zone and said, hit me. Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, the fourth quarter was nuts generally, right? You've got this pretty low-scoring game. It was 10-6 Tennessee going into the fourth. The Seahawks go 96 yards. That finished with the Geno Smith to DK Metcalf, the one-handed touchdown that got ruled a touchdown properly. Mm-hmm. The Titans come back with a 15-play, 75-yard drive to take the lead with 3:25 left to go up 17-13. And then the Seahawks come back. 14 plays, 75 yards for their game winner with about a minute left. And that was all she wrote. So Seattle goes to 8-7. In the drama of these last 2 weeks, put them right back in the mix. Currently the number 7 seed, tied with the Rams in the NFC.
Yeah, the back end of this game was very fun. That's where kind of all the entertainment was. The Seattle taking the lead, Tennessee trying to come back and get a score late on. They end up getting tackled in bounds, and basically the clock runs out. Not enough time. I thought the Titans' run game was kind of back. You know, they've been dealing with a bad offensive line all season long. In some games, that's meant that there has simply been no ability to run the ball. But Derrick Henry looked better. Tajay Spears looks so good when he's carrying the ball. His just lateral ability to cut is nuts. Like, he's able to full speed take the hard cut and just jump laterally like a yard in either direction at an insane speed that just makes him so difficult to corral and bring down. Those two collectively, as a duo, just act as such a really good running back tandem. If the offensive line was better, they would have such a potent running attack.
Of all the plays that, Christmas Eve, we had a lot going on Christmas Eve. While all these games are going on, I'm trying to catch the games. And the thing that caught my eye of everything that I remember from Sunday was the Titans on 4th and 1 running split backs. Like it was 1984. It was awesome. Split backs under center. Not just split backs, under center split back. You don't see that often with Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears and just, running old school split back stuff.
Yeah, don't see it.
You don't see it very often. So, yeah, like I said, I think most of the discussion here needs to be high-level type of stuff because, look, Tannehill had a dropped interception in there, a fumble in the pocket. He did not look great. He was very inconsistent earlier in the year. Will Levis is going to be the guy going forward here for Tennessee. Yeah. I'm curious to know what the market looks like for Ryan Tannehill because he shouldn't be – he should be attractive for some teams as a bridge quarterback type, but not really encouraged by what we've seen from Tannehill this season.
I mean, he certainly didn't do anything to say, hey, not so fast, Will Levis. I don't know that he did anything to suggest that actually he's got anything left in the tank as a starter. I mean, his critics have always pointed to the fact that offense, it's a very specific type of offense that's propped him up is the wrong term, but, made him look potentially better than he would in any other system. So now that becomes relevant because by definition, he's going to be going to some other system. And if he's not going to look that good even when he was at his best, he's not at his best anymore. So how bad is he going to look in a different system? I don't know that even as a bridge quarterback, there's a place for Ryan Tannehill. I think we might be looking at a backup strictly from now on.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens in Atlanta. the connection with Arthur Smith was always going to be a thing. But if Atlanta doesn't make the playoffs, it's a whole.
But like if you're Atlanta, I mean, even if Arthur Smith stays there and they do this again next year, like, you can't sell anybody that like Ryan Tannehill is even if he's the bridge, is the answer.
I feel like you could sell it more because here's how you would sell it. If you're Atlanta, you would say, if we just had average quarterback play with these playmakers, with the potential of this run game, with the way this defense played this year, if we just had that, we're going to win the NFC South.
Right.
And it doesn't mean you wouldn't look elsewhere at quarterback too, but I could see, so maybe it is like a half bridge, more backup type deal. But either way, from a Seahawks perspective, I think they're the story here. A massive win for Seattle, who just they got out of that rough stretch. We talked about the teams that have had these tough stretches of play. Seattle just had to play the Rams, 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, and then the Eagles. And now back-to-back 20-17 wins against the Eagles and the Titans. And they're going to go up against the Steelers on New Year's Eve. And then they have the Cardinals, Seattle. So they've got a path now to win their last couple games, get back into the playoffs, and just be that. They're just coming off of losing 4 straight and 5 out of 6, and they could be a playoff team here because they control their own destiny in these last 2 weeks. So huge couple weeks here for the Seattle Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.